can feel myself going off on a tangent, but let's go. I've just posted that about the new moon ceremony, and I'm getting a lot of questions. I want to clear something up with how I hold space with what I'll be doing for this ceremony. So yeah, it's a new moon, and we see it as it's a time for all the spiritual girls to come out and get your crystals out and do your letters and call it in and all of that. I'm staying away from all of that. I'm not calling any of that in. I'm staying away from all of the woo-woo shit. I don't think it serves you, to be honest. This new moon is about the shadow work. This ceremony that I'm holding is about calling yourself out, being truthful with yourself, being honest, being open, being authentic, but with you. So that there's a difference between like this authenticity that you're showing and you're trying to step into, but you've been authentic with you. Are you calling yourself out? Are you giving yourself that tough love that you really need right now in your life? It's going to be triggering. I want you to be asking the questions that you're avoiding, and you're telling yourself that you're doing the work, you're doing the shadow work, but you're not. You're staying in your light and you're calling it the shadow work. The energy that's coming through for me really strongly today is the energy of the people pleaser. That people pleaser energy. Let me tell you something that I know to be true about being the people pleaser. It doesn't serve anyone. It doesn't serve anyone, especially you. Because when you're authentic and you're in your truth and you're being your real self, you're going to be a massive inconvenience to a lot of people, especially the 5 people that are closest to you. So think about who that is right now. Those people you're going to be the biggest inconvenience to, because when you're in the people pleaser energy, you just go along with it. You're easy. That's the energy of it. I want to be seen as easy. I don't want to be too much. I don't want to be an inconvenience. I don't want to ask for too much. I don't want my needs to be too much. I'll just blend in. I'll just be this little chameleon. I won't speak up or speak out. I'll just agree. I'll nod along. I'll be the yes man. I can't stand people who are yes people, because it's not real. You're only being that way because you think that that's pleasing me. It's pleasing me ego. That's what you're doing. You're not pleasing their true self, you're pleasing their ego. And then what you'll find is your circle of people will be like mediocre, that they'll live a life of comfort. They're all in the comfort zone. There's no spark, there's no trigger, there's no growth, because it's just all ease and you're just in flow and nothing's truth. You're not being true to you, because you're so afraid that if you are, you'll lose that connection, because that connection is used to you being the easy one, and you're nice to be around. And this is what I need you to know about being the people pleaser. You'll be nice to be around, and you'll be liked, and you'll be wanted, and you'll be validated, and you'll be accepted for something that isn't real, that isn't you. So then when you change that about yourself, which is doing the work around it, people will no longer want you around. You'll trigger them. You'll bring out parts of them that they don't want to bring up, they don't want to face, they don't want to come out. And then they'll tell a story of when I'm around her, she triggers me, she brings that side of me out, she makes me face myself. So then what happens is, if they're not doing the work and they're not on the same frequency as you, and they're not in the truth, and they're trying to hide, and they're wearing a mask, and they're playing these roles, they're going to want to avoid you at any cost. They're not going to want to be around you, because you're going to feel too much for them. And if you've lived your whole life, which is from childhood by the way, not wanting to be too much, and so scared to be too much, then this is where your work is going to be at. This is where you need to go inwards. But you'll want to outsource. You'll want to outsource your energy to then receive that acceptance, that validation. Oh, I'm sorry for being too much. I'll dim it down. I'll dim my light. And then you're saying that, and that's what your family do. That's what your friendship group does. That's what everyone you know does. And that's why you're friends with them. That's why you're in alignment with those types of people until you're not, until you choose not to be. And this is where it comes in. Being true to yourself. Can you be true to you? And it's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy, because you're undoing all of that. You're undoing the way that you've always been since being a little girl. So are you willing to be too much? Are you willing for people not to like you? Here's a question that I want you to sit with. Do you value being liked or being respected? Because old me, I'd do what it took to be liked. I wanted to be liked by everyone. So I'd be whatever you needed me to be. I'd read the room and be like, right, I need to be more like that. Do we need to quiet it down? Do we need to speak up? Do we need to laugh more? Do we need this? Do we need that? What am I needed? Because I wasn't anchored in my own energy. I was in everybody else's energy. It wasn't real. Now my biggest value is to be respected. I'm genuinely not. I don't care from a place of love if you like me. I like me. I don't really need you to like me, but I value being respected. I value being respected for my truth. So yeah, it might be a little bit too much. You might not want to hear it. It might be triggering. But I'm not here to be liked. And if I like and respect me, then I don't need to outsource that from anybody else. Do you understand where I'm going with it? So this is about knowing you, knowing yourself, and being true to yourself. Staying in your own energy, regardless of who you're around. Not needing to please. Not needing, not seeking anything. But just being you. Just being your true, authentic self. So this is something that I really want to speak about whilst we're in this new moon, because I think it's a really powerful opportunity for us all, including me, by the way. Like, I'm doing this ceremony with you. I'm calling myself out. I've been calling myself out for a while, and a lot has came to the surface, which I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do work around that. But that's the point in the shadow work. It's the work that you don't want to do, the work that you avoid, the work that's easy not to do, because you can just lie, you can just pretend, until it comes to wanting a true connection with yourself. And then everything that you've been pretending, everywhere where you've been performing, every role that you've been playing, every mask that you've been wearing, all comes to the surface, and then you're faced with one question and one question only: what are you going to do about it? What are you willing to face? What are you willing to do the work around? Are you going to just keep living this life of comfort? Because people who aren't doing the shadow work and aren't facing these parts of themselves are... I've just pulled up at the gym, so I need to go now, but it's because you want to be comfortable. It's because you want to stay where you are. This is where you've always been. This is what you've always known. Why would you leave here? You wouldn't. So stay here until you really get honest and truthful with the life that you want to live, the connections that you want to have, that you're calling in. Because you can't call in truth and depth and real authentic connections if you're none of that with yourself, if you haven't got that connection to yourself. So yeah, I want to clear that up. If you come into the new moon ceremony, I ain't playing with crystals and shouting under the new moon and manifesting and calling in. I'm calling out. I'm calling you out. I'm calling me out. I'm calling all of us out. Let's face those parts of ourselves that don't serve us, that hold us back, that have been passed down to us. Like, it's not even you. They're not even your stories. They're not even your beliefs. This is how you was brought up. This is how your family taught you to be. And it's taking back that power. But to take back the power, you need the accountability. You do. You can't keep outsourcing it. You can't keep blaming it and pointing that finger and it's her and it's him and I've been through this and my mum's like this and my dad's like this. when you take full accountability, responsibility, have the awareness of who you are, how you act, how you show up, then the power's in your hand, and then you get to choose what you do with that. How can you transmute it? How can you alchemize it into something really powerful? I feel like that's what I'm doing at the minute with everything that's coming to the surface for me. I really need to go in the gym, but I feel like I can't stop talking. Everything that's coming to the surface for me right now, I'm feeling like, okay, it's uncomfortable, I don't like it yet, but how can I use this? How can I really bring this with power into the work that I do? And it's the same for you. Call yourself out. Notice where the leaks are. And then use it to your advantage. Just stop the camera to go in the gym, and then something else came to me that's important because it really aligns with this subject. Who do you like to be around? Who inspires you to be around? Think about it now. Think about your circle. Do you like to be around people who are quite sloppy? Like, they don't move with integrity. They're that people pleaser energy. The yes people. They're liked by everyone. They're very likable people. But here's the thing about likable people who everybody likes, and think about people now, I can think of a few. That's because they want to be like, they seek to be like. So when they show up, there's an underlying energy of, I want you to like what I'm saying, I want you to like who I'm being, I want you to like me. But what is that energy? It's not real. It's not real. Who is that? Whose is that voice that tells you that you need to be liked? Because if there's no authenticity there, then what is the point in that connection? Why do you like them? So for me, I like people who aren't liked by everybody. So like when people say to me, yeah, I just can't say it to her, or like, she's a bit this or she's a bit that, I like that. Because when people dislike you, that means that you're in your truth, that means that you're being authentic most of the time. Because you're just being you. And that really does come with people not getting you, not understanding you. Whereas it's a red flag to me when everybody likes that person. And I'm like, why? Because when you are authentic and when you will speak, whatever your truth is, especially when people aren't ready to hear it or they don't want to hear it, that comes with being disliked. So I think really check in with your circle of people who you're around, and where do you all like mould into one another? Who's standing out, who's speaking out, who's in their truth, who's willing not to be liked? Because that was a big one for me when I was really getting to know not only who I was, but who I wanted to surround myself with, the types of people I want to be around. They're not the people that are liked by everyone. I'm inspired by people who are willing to be disliked. That's a big one for me. That's the biggest green flag. It's probably the most attractive thing that I find in a person, when they're willing to speak even when it's not going to be received, or it's not wanted, or it's out of term, or it's out of like the opinion of everybody else. That willingness to still speak and stand out. And if you like that in people, then where can you be that yourself? Where can you be that person in that room? Like for me, people who, this might trigger you, but just listen to what I'm saying, feel what I'm saying, because I might be talking to you yet. But people who are in their life where they feel stuck, where they're unhappy, where they're unfulfilled, where they're not reaching the full potential, where they're in this comfort zone, where nothing's moving, there's no movement in their lives, but they choose to stay there. And they choose to stay in the cycles and the patterns and the coping mechanisms of just being that way and they make excuses for it, and they don't want to look into it, and they don't want to look at themselves, and then they get triggered and they get defensive if I say something. I can't be around people like that. And I don't care what title you have in my life, whether you're a family member, whether you're a best friend, whether you're a partner in a relationship. It doesn't have meaning for me. I'm out because it's draining my energy to be around that. Whereas if you're somebody who's like, I'm stuck, I'm at a place in my life where I'm unhappy and I need to make change, but I'm willing to do the work, I'm willing to face myself, I'm willing to look at myself, I'm willing to go inwards, I'll do whatever it takes, I'll be around you all day. And I don't care where you are in your life, whether you're rock bottom and you've lost everything, you've not got a pot to piss in. That's inspiring for me. That's so inspiring. Somebody who's not got it together, who's not where they want to be, but they're willing to do the work to get them out of that situation. They're willing to face themselves, they're willing to go inwards. That's really inspiring for me. And that's because that's me. I'm willing to go there. Call me out. Don't stroke my ego. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Don't walk on eggshells around me. Don't be that person in my life that like puts me on a pedestal and just like really like makes me be in my ego. I don't want people like that in my circle. It doesn't benefit me. It doesn't benefit you. It's not real. It's not real connection. And it feels off. It doesn't feel good in my body. And this is another thing, like, are you in your body when you're around these people, or do you stay up here? Because when you really tune in and you drop in and you feel in your body, does this feel good? Do I want to be around this? Is this connection right for me? Is this friendship good for me? Is this like family member who I'm spending all my time with, is it raising my vibration or is it draining me? Do I have to wear a mask? Do I have to people please? Bringing it back to that people pleaser energy, that's going to come up a lot in this ceremony. So yeah, I'm going to go now for the 5th time. But I hope that landed for you. I hope that it's making you question. This is what I want to be doing with my content. I want to be planting these seeds where you question. And because sometimes you think that you don't need it and you don't need to ask those questions until you do. Until somebody outside of yourself says it and you're like, oh, that's actually me. I act that way. That's how I show up. That's how I am. In my friendship groups, that's my circle. And then you have that awareness, and then that's when the work comes. It's powerful stuff. So yeah, if you're feeling it, if you want to come and get involved, come and join me membership. Come and get involved. If you want to do the real work though, girls, like it's not all the woo-woo shit. I'm not into it. I'm not forcing it anymore. It just doesn't align with me. If you want to come and do the shadow work, the real work, then I believe that's why you're aligned with this video and my content and whatever else brought you to me. I'm not here to do the superficial nice work. It's never served me. It's never helped me on my journey, and I don't think it's helping you on yours. Not if you got truthful with yourself. See you soon.